Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. Today guys, I'm going to show you how to trade crypto with support and resistance, alright? And for those of you who are new to the channel, if you're interested in trading on the same exchange that I use, feel free to go ahead and try out the MEXC crypto exchange. You can find a link to it in the description below this video. I personally love this exchange because they do not take part in all of the dramatic BS that all of the other big mainstream exchanges deal with. So that's one of the reasons why I personally love them. In addition to that, they also allow me to trade crypto futures. And in addition to that, they have over 1,500 different altcoins for me to trade at any given time. And for those of you who know me, I'm a huge altcoin nerd and I love having all kinds of different altcoins to trade whenever I want. All right. So that is one of the biggest reasons why I love MEXC. All right. Now, before I actually go ahead and dive into this video, if you're not familiar with charting or trading patterns or anything like that, and you're an absolute complete beginner in trading, I would highly suggest checking out my other trading videos in my two trading playlists here on my YouTube channel first. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to come to playlists. And as you guys can see here, I've got a playlist called Crypto Trading Tips, and I've got another one called Technical Analysis. You'll want to go through a lot of these videos and kind of get a sense for how to actually trade the crypto market first before actually watching the video that I'm going to show you right now, okay? Especially the technical analysis one. You want to be able to spot out chart patterns and stuff like that, and you want to get a basic idea of support and resistance and stuff as well. So make sure to check out some of these videos before you actually dive into this one, all right? Because they kind of go hand in hand, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about here before we actually dive into the actual trading aspect and how you can actually go about finding trades and stuff like that and how I do it exactly, I do want to say a couple things first, all right? The first thing I want to say is you do not need a bunch of trading indicators to make money in the crypto market. You just don't, okay? Many people around the world just simply use support and resistance levels, and they basically just trade off of those, okay? Realistically, I'm sure you've seen a lot of people's charts in the past, right? They've got like indicators everywhere, and there's just colors and lines and all that crap everywhere throughout the chart. You don't need any of that to be profitable trading the crypto market, okay? Trust me, it's not needed. You just don't need it, all right? I've been trading this market for about 4.5, almost 5 years now, and I have never had to fill my charts with a bunch of lines everywhere and stuff like that. So trust me, you don't need them, all right? The next thing I want to talk about here is trading with support and resistance is literally all based on candle opens and closures, okay? That's the opening of these candles and the closure of these candles, okay? Just single candles, all right? Now, before I actually show you how this is done, I'm also going to note here that just like any trading strategy out there, trading with support and resistance, I mean, a lot of people do it around the globe, but just like any trading strategy out there, it is not 100% perfect, okay? And it's not guaranteed, okay? That's just the simple basic reality of it, okay? Nobody out there wins 100% of their trades. There is no trading strategy out there where you can win 100% of your trades. That's just not realistic, okay? So now I'm going to actually show you how I would actually go about setting up a chart from the very beginning and how I would personally trade it, okay? Which is the part that you guys are probably all waiting for, all right? So I am not much of a day trader, okay? I am more of a swing trader, so I like to get into trades and out of trades within roughly, I don't know, sometimes usually it averages between maybe, I'll get in and then I won't sell out of that trade until probably maybe, 3 to 7 days after that, okay? Just depending on the overall trading setup that I'm looking at, for instance. There are some days where I will trade, on the daily time frames, on the 1 hour time frames and just, do simple day trades here and there. But realistically, 9 times out of 10, I'm more or less swing trading, okay? So that's kind of what I'm going to do here in the example for this video. So the very first thing I'm going to do here is, if you're on TradingView right now, what you want to do is, trust me, we're not going to be using the RSI here, so don't even worry about that, okay? Actually, I'll just go ahead and hide it. So for the sake of this video, what you want to do first is, I've got Bitcoin open on the 4-hour chart here, okay? I am just simply looking back at, the midterm time frame here, okay? I'm not going to go back and look at anything else back here because it's not relevant to me right now, okay? I am more focused on the local support and resistance levels, okay? Because those are the ones that are important right now at this given time, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my line tool here on the left hand side, which is, go to the horizontal line tool, and I want to find the overall bottom first, okay? So the overall bottom is right around here. This is the major support line, okay? And I'll usually make this one red just to, make it separate from all of the other support and resistance levels, okay? So this is the very bottom support level right now, okay? Now I will go ahead and I will grab the line again, and I will find the very first support level that I'm looking at. So as I can clearly see right now, the local support level would be right now on this candle right now. The current candle that's, opened right now has created a new local bottom, okay? So I will mark this right here, okay? But I will change it to a different color. So that is the current support level of the current trading, the little current trading block that I'm looking at here, okay? Now, the current high, or the current swing high for it is going to be right around up in here, okay? As you guys can clearly see, we will go ahead and mark this right here. Now, what I will do from here is I will mark any other support and resistance lines that are within these two levels, okay? So realistically, what I will do is I will open another one right around here, because you can clearly see that we closed one right there, we closed one right here, closed one right here. That's kind of 3 different areas within a good time frame to where you can clearly see there was clear support there. Okay, so I will go ahead and mark one right around kind of the middle area of both of them. And let's see here. Now I will go ahead and mark one more and mark it for right around the top in here, because as you guys can clearly see here, we had another area of good solid resistance right in here where it tried to break through 2 different times. So I will go ahead and mark that section as well, all right? And just for shits and giggles here, I will go ahead and mark this one as well, just kind of the top end area of where things were before we started to drop. So that is another good level of support right there as well, or sorry, resistance as well, okay? So now here's the thing, all right? There's a lot of people out there that trade differently, okay? Not everybody who trades support and resistance is going to have this many lines. There's a lot of people out there that will only trade based on, 1 or 2 lines here, and that's okay, all right? There's no known set of lines that you have to have or anything like that. It's all based on personal opinion and what you are personally comfortable with, okay? So as you guys can see here, I've got multiple lines of support and resistance here that I'm working with, all right? Now here's how I would trade this, all right? So as you guys can clearly see, in the past, not too long ago, we saw a chart pattern happen right here, okay? This is typically called a let me go ahead and mark it here. So I don't know if for those of you who for those of you who have watched my technical analysis videos, I talked about a charting pattern in here called the rounding bottom, and that is kind of what happened here. We rounded out on the bottom, and we got down to this, we hit this very bottom support down here, and we ended up swooping back upwards and going past ultimate resistance here, and we ended up closing above, and then we ended up going past resistance again here, and we kept moving up higher and higher and higher, okay? So that is typically what happened there. Now that is kind of what is going on here as well. We can clearly see the same thing, the same exact kind of setup happening right here. We had that massive down movement, and then we traded across for a little bit. We hit the bottom, and we traded across for a little bit, and then we went straight up, okay? And that's typically what's going on here right now as well. We went all the way down, and then we hit bottom again, which is the support. We created the support here, and we are probably going to start heading upwards a little bit as well, okay? So that is typically how I would personally play that out and look at it. So this is why it's important to know the different types of charting patterns so that you can spot these different things while you are looking for, entry and exit levels and stuff like that when you're trading this market, all right? So here is how I would personally go about trading this, all right? So as you guys can clearly see here, and what I mentioned earlier is a lot of these candles, they usually go based off of, you usually want to trade the candles, okay? The single candles, all right? So basically what's going to happen here, you guys, is I am not going to make any trading decisions until this candle closes, okay? If this candle closes above this resistance line, basically what's going to happen here is, which I personally think it's going to, if it closes above this resistance line, then I'm going to place a long order, and I'm going to go long there, because I'm going to think that it's going to go all the way up to this next line up here, okay? It's going to go up to this next, level of resistance up here, all right? And that will be where I would end up taking my first level of profits, okay? And that's typically how I would go about trading that, all right? Now, if it doesn't end up closing, if this 4-hour candle doesn't end up closing above this line, if it closes below this line, then I'm going to go ahead and continue to wait, okay? So therefore, that's going to be my validation point, okay? If it closes above it, then that's validation that I think it's going to continue going up, and I'm going to place an order, a long order for betting on the price to go upwards higher, okay? If it closes below, then I'm just going to wait it out and see what happens from there, okay? Because eventually, if it doesn't break this resistance level, then there's good potential that it will end up making its way down to this support level. Sorry, I just made that a little too big. To this support level down here. And if it ends up breaking that support level, then I will enter a short order, or I will enter a short position and ride it downwards, expecting it to drop down to this layer again, okay? So realistically, that's kind of all how it works. Everything is all based with support and resistance. Everything is all based a lot on how the candles are currently moving, all right? And where they open and close and stuff like that as well. Now, if you're unsure on what's going to happen or what you think is going to happen, you can also, once you have your lines all set in place and you kind of think on where you think it's going to go, like I was just discussing, I think, if it closes above this resistance line, it's going to continue moving up. What I would do is I would end up, but you're not 100% sure, move from the 4-hour chart to the 1-hour chart just to get some kind of confirmation in yourself, okay? So as you guys can clearly see on the 1-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, as you can clearly see, we are currently way, way, way below, well, not way below, but we're currently pretty far below, this layer of resistance right here, okay? Now, again, if this one closes, if this 1-hour candle closes above this line, that's good news, but you don't want to trade off of this. If you're entering a like a good swing trade position, you want to overall make your trading decisions based on whatever time frame that you are currently expecting to trade. So if you're looking at a midterm time frame, you want to trade off of that midterm time frame, okay? If you are trading more of a day trade and you want to be in and out of a trade within pretty much 24 hours, then stick with the 1-hour chart, okay? It's as simple as that, all right? Then you make your decisions and your decisions off of candle opens and candle closures on the 1-hour chart, okay? So it's pretty much as simple as that. Now, I know this all might seem kind of confusing to a lot of you, especially for those of you who aren't familiar with trading support and resistance, and to be honest with you guys, I'm no expert either. I've only been trading with support and resistance for about a year now. Before that, I was using a different strategy, but realistically here, it's been working out great for me, and the more you use it, the more you start to understand it, and the more you start to see different opportunities, and the more you start to make entry and exit decisions that are a lot more accurate, okay? So realistically here, it's very, very simple, all right? Everything is pretty much based on candle opens and candle closures and your overall support and resistance levels, okay? So I know I talked a lot. I know I talked pretty fast, but if you guys have any questions about this stuff whatsoever, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section below this video. I love helping people. That's the whole point of my channel, is to help people. I did not create my channel to do crypto news. I did my channel to create crypto education, okay? So if you got questions, don't be shy. Feel free to ask, all right? That is why I'm here. But overall here, you guys, that is going to pretty much do it for this video. So I will go ahead and wrap this one up, all right? But again, guys, hey, before you guys leave, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey, guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section of my future videos.